Okay, doing a quick video here, how to do the brakes on this particular 85 F150. It's a front disc rear drum. I'm just focusing on the front brakes because I had worked with newer calipers, not some of these older ones, so every caliper I had an obvious bolt-on caliper that was pretty self-explanatory. So I will give a quick explanation on how to do this stuff. I had just replaced my master cylinder there and wasn't getting any pressure, and went to bleed the lines, and my bleeder was done, and those calipers looked old, so I figured I better change them. Already did the other side. I'll go over there real quick. Already done this other side just to make sure to make myself familiar with the process. So hopefully this side will go smooth. I don't have anybody else here that's available to hold my phone for the camera, so I'll try to explain what I'm doing, stop the video, do it, and then do another startup real quick just to show from there. But your basic procedure should be something similar to coming down here, and you're going to loosen this. On mine it's a 9/16. I don't know what it's going to be on yours. This is also a 9/16, the banjo fitting for the actual caliper here, but it's got a slide here. Sorry about that. It's got a slide right here with a spring on it, so this holds it in place. Pulling this out, you take a screwdriver, pry bar, whatever other implement you have, and tap it out away from the center, away from the motor, and it should come out. Most new calipers come with a new spring, like this one here. Might not stand out that good on my glove, but that'll go back on top, which I'll show you once I bang that out. And then that should allow the bottom part of this caliper here to kick out with a little bit of prying. I pry right here on the inside of this brake pad because I'm replacing those anyway. If you're trying to keep them, you may not want to do that. But you'll pry it up, and then once you can take it out, then you'll be able to get your pads off and actually remove the brake line. I always make sure this is loose first while I have a good torque point on it to where it's not trying to move around. And then I always prep my new one. I have one washer on the inside already, and then I have the one ready for the outside. So when I go to put that on, I'll undo the banjo fitting from this caliper, and I'll have the other one right here, and I'll try to swap it as quick as I can to lessen any lost brake fluid. So I'm going to pause it and see if I can't get this off here. I'm going to get in position while I got it on. Old and fat, so bear with me here. So what I'm going to do, this is the wrong pry bar, but I'm going to take and put this pry bar right about here after I take that nut out that's there. Sorry about the shaking, I'm holding it really awkward. And then I'll tap it, not in between the seam here, but just right on this side. And if you pay attention and look, you'll see where you can hit. So I'll take this nut out, start banging this, and as soon as it starts moving, then I'm golden. Just slowly tap it out. It'll come out this way, and then you set that off to the side because you'll need it for later. So let me pause this and see if this plays nice with me. Sometimes they're a pain. Okay, got that nut off. That was pretty easy. Go slow. Try not to horse it off. You don't want to snap it off in there. There's ways to get it out, but you really don't want to mess with that. Neither do I. So, all right, let me try to tap that out and see how it does. Okay, that took me about a minute and a half to do. There you go. So there's the piece I told you that came with new. I always throw the old stuff down there for now. This you're going to reuse, so you're going to want to set that to the side here. And I always try to set it kind of halfway in the orientation it went on, just because I forget easy. I got to get my kids here in about an hour or so. Make sure that it doesn't confuse me any more than I'm already confused, I'm sure. So at this point, I've seen a couple different ways to do this. Some people try to pry in here on the old piston if you're just replacing it. Hopefully I don't have to do that. Yeah, mine's coming out pretty easy, so it probably won't be much of an issue. So I got that. This would be a good time to make sure your banjo fitting is. Yep, mine ain't seized. So that's loose. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this off. That's gonna leave the inner pad on, because the inner pad goes actually on this mount up here. It doesn't go in the caliper. Sorry, I'm getting messages while we do this as well. The other pad will go on the caliper as well, and it should slide on fairly easy. So I'm gonna take that caliper off now, because it's just going to continue pivoting up and then it'll slide out, and then I'll set it up there, get the pads and stuff off of it, and then I'll swap this banjo fitting here to the other caliper, which is right here. So I always have it close by so I can take this off, put the new nut in with the washer, new washer on the end there, and then start it right in here. And once it's started, cinched down to where it's not leaking, and then I can start the reverse process. I can put on the new brake pads and all that stuff.